My girlfriend said I was replaceable and that she was settling for me. Later, she begged me to take her back after realizing she wasn't as wanted as she thought. I'm in a bit of a situation and could use some advice. I've been with my girlfriend, let's call her Sarah, for about 2 years. I'm 28 and she's 26. We've been living together for a year now. I own the house, and I've been paying for most of the bills because she's still in school and not working full-time. I didn't mind at first because I figured we're a team, and it's not a big deal to support her while she finishes her degree. But lately, things have been getting weird. Sarah's been going out more without me, hanging with her friends, and just being distant. When I asked her about it, she got super defensive and said she needed her own space. Okay, fine. I get that everyone needs their own space and time with friends. Here's where it gets bad. A few days ago, we were talking about relationships and loyalty, and out of nowhere, she goes, "You know, you're pretty replaceable. There are plenty of guys who would love to be with me." I was stunned and looked serious, upset, and maybe even a bit angry. She quickly tried to backtrack, saying it was just a joke and that I shouldn't take it so seriously. But her tone didn't really feel like a joke, and considering her recent behavior, I couldn't just shake it off. I mean, who says that to their boyfriend? It's not like we were having a fight or anything. It just came out of the blue, and it felt really disrespectful. So now I'm stuck wondering if I'm overthinking this or if it's a major red flag. Part of me thinks I should just break up with her because it feels like she's already halfway out the door. I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm not valued. But at the same time, I don't want to make a rash decision that I'll regret later. What do you all think? Should I break up with her over this? I'd really appreciate any advice or perspectives you can share. Thanks in advance. Update. Thanks for all the advice on my last post. It really helped me think things through. I decided to have a serious talk with Sarah about everything. So, I sat her down and told her how her comment made me feel and that I was seriously considering breaking up over it. Instead of apologizing or even trying to understand where I was coming from, she got angry. She called me dramatic and said plenty of better guys had been hitting on her anyway. She said she was settling for me because she loved me but could easily find someone else if I wanted to end things. That was it for me. I told her we were done and that she needed to move out. I reminded her that I've been paying all the bills and she was living in my house for free. She started yelling and throwing stuff, but I stayed calm and told her she had to leave by the end of the week. She's been staying with a friend since then, and she's been blowing up my phone with messages. First, she was angry, then she started apologizing and begging to come back. She said she was just stressed out with school and didn't mean what she said. But at that point, I knew I had made the right decision. Breaking up sucks, but I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Thanks again for all the support. It means a lot. Final update. So, I didn't think I'd be back with another update, but a lot has happened since the last time I posted, and I wanted to share the latest. After everything went down, I was starting to move on and get back into my routine. But then Sarah started showing up at my place unannounced, trying to convince me to take her back. She would cry and beg, saying she made a mistake and that she was sorry. But honestly, her apologies felt hollow after everything that had happened. I told her we were done and that she needed to move on. One day, she showed up with some of her friends to try and pressure me. They were yelling at me, calling me a jerk for kicking her out and saying I was overreacting. I calmly told them this was between Sarah and me and they had no right to get involved. Eventually, they left, but not without a lot of drama. Sarah continued to bombard me with texts and calls. It was a mix of angry messages, apologies, and guilt trips. She even tried using mutual friends to get to me, but thankfully, they respected my decision and didn't pressure me. Then, I got a message from one of Sarah's friends. She told me Sarah had been seeing another guy behind my back for a few months. Apparently, when Sarah went to him after our breakup, he dumped her because he found out she was living with me and using my money. That's when everything clicked into place, the increased nights out, the weird behavior, the comments about being replaceable. It all made sense. I confronted Sarah about this, and at first, she denied it. But when I showed her the messages from her friend, she broke down and admitted it. She tried to justify it by saying she felt neglected and unloved because I was working so much to pay the bills. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I told her that this was the last straw and that I never wanted to see or hear from her again. I changed the locks on the house, blocked her on all social media, and told her to stay away. It's been a rough few weeks, but I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I'm finally free of all the drama and manipulation. I've started focusing on myself more, spending time with friends, and getting back into my hobbies. It's amazing how much better I feel now that I'm not constantly stressed about the relationship. I even started seeing a therapist to help process everything and make sure I don't end up in a similar situation again. A few days ago, I ran into one of our mutual friends who told me that Sarah had been telling everyone we know a different version of the breakup. According to her, I was the one who was controlling and jealous, which is why she had to go out with her friends so much. She painted herself as the victim in all of this. I guess it's easier for her to tell that story than to admit she was cheating and got caught. It's frustrating, but I've decided not to let it get to me. People who know me and have been close to us know the truth. Besides, I've already spent too much time and energy on her and the drama she brought into my life. I'm moving on and focusing on the future. Thanks again, Reddit, for all the advice and support. You all helped me see things clearly and gave me the courage to make the right decision. I'm looking forward to moving on and finding someone who truly values and respects me. Take care, everyone.